the Ferrari SF90 Stradale. So steering wheel is quite complicated. You have indicator buttons here, new touchscreen buttons here, and of course you got the new digital instrument panel. So you get some buttons for the telephone, some controls for the headlights, and of course the wiper buttons here, the drive mode selector here, paddle shifters, and of course you get the engine start stop button here on the steering wheel as well. So this is the instrument panel now, and it's fully digital, unlike the 488 or the F8 Tributos, which have a fixed dial in the middle. So here you can see you can scroll through the menu, and of course you want to go back, you just press the home button, and then for more controls you have some options here as well: audio, settings, climate control, and of course more climate controls buttons here, and of course you have the air conditioning grills as well. So the dash is a little simple, but the steering wheel is quite cluttered. So you get storage space here, hazard light buttons here, sliders for changing the gears here, and then you get two big buttons here. Those are of course for the windows, so you don't have any buttons for the windows on the doors. A small storage space here, a simple armrest here, and then you have the seats. So these seats are of course carbon fiber. Now there are different variations that you can select, so not every SF90 will have the same seats. This one has leather and carbon fiber seats, which is quite nice. And then when you come to the rest of the upholstery, you have some Alcantara here. That's sweet leather. I always get them mixed up. And then of course you have some really nice red stitched leather on the handle, and then you get some carpeting here. Here's the switch for the engine bay. So honestly, it's a nice place to be. So you get extra controls here for the hazard lights and parking sensors and everything. And of course this is what the key looks like. So you have it in you have the prancing horse, and then you have the leather, and you have the SF90 logo at the bottom as well. So the Roma key is exactly the same as well. The Roma interior is also very similar. So enough of the interior. Now let's have a look at the exterior. So the SF90 is of course the current series of the Ferrari range, which is coming with the hybrid setup. So this car has the 4-liter twin turbo V8, which makes 1000 horsepower in total. So I'm always trying to be very gentle with the doors of these cars, and I can never close them at the first try. So let's have a look at the exterior. So the SF90 is a very long car, and it has a very sharp nose, and I honestly like it. But the rear it's fine. So let's have a look at the headlights. So you have the main headlights here. You have these three lights here, which are of course the turning signals. You have aerodynamic air intakes, and then you have the main air intakes here. Those are of course to direct air to the radiators, and then you have one air intake in the center. So all the air that goes in comes out through this vent here, which of course helps in keeping the car cool, and it also helps in generating a little bit of downforce. So this is one of the most expensive Ferraris in the market right now, and it's of course priced below the LaFerrari. So for the engine bay, you have air intakes here, just like you have in the F8 Tributo and the 488, because it's rear engine. These are the nice wheels you have, and of course the matching brake calipers, or if you want you can get them in different colors. It's all up to you. Most cars of course coming with the black roof, and that actually looks really cool. Now if you come to the back, then you can see the engine bay. So the engine is all the way at the bottom, like as low as it is physically possible to place the engine, of course for better weight balancing, and of course that helps in keeping the car helps in going around corners. So you have some holes there around the engine bay, that's to let the hot air out. So there's also another hidden feature, that's this spoiler wing, that you don't really notice it right away. Now if you come to the back, you'll see it's just there between the taillights, and the taillights are not circular, they're slightly rectangular. Then you have this vertical vent here, that's of course to let the air out when the rear wheels are spinning. Then you have more grill around the back for better ventilation. You have the diffuser, you have a reverse camera here because rear visibility is terrible, so you need this very much to really reverse this car. Another weird thing is this prancing horse logo could have been a little lower, but they just wanted to keep the head cool, so I don't know, the placement is a little weird. So this is what the SF90 looks like, and from the rear end is a little flat, a little too raised, and it's just not as beautiful as say This one. This is the F8 Tributo, and it looks absolutely gorgeous in red. It is one of the nicest Ferraris to look at. So the SF90 Stradale looks very much like the new 296, and it's sometimes hard to tell them apart from the distance. But the F8, it's still absolutely gorgeous. I don't think they need to change anything. It's based on the 458, which was, of course, which came before the 488, and they've pretty much kept the formula same. So there's very small differences over the years. So now let me know in the comments, what do you think about this car. If you're a fan of F40, F50, 288 GT, or LaFerrari, any of the legendary cars like the Monzas or the classics, you can find the videos in the video's description.